Motion to spill. Case number 020. The spouse takeover. And NC After Dark. Laws so weird, they had to be real.
My name is Travis Young, and I am the spouse of the Sarah Young. I am the B-man, not the B-man, but the B-man.
And I am Abby Rogers. I am Megan's wife, the co-host. And we are here to take over this episode.
Well, here you are.
Here we are.
And if you think you hear someone boring through the wall, that is actually my ice maker in the background.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
That is something that you can hear that through the
headphones.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, the microphones pick up a lot. So, proceed.
So, for whatever reason, they allowed us to take this over, and they're not in the room. They're not even in the building.
No,
No,
they
they
took
left.
off and left.
They did. They took off and left, and they're nervous about it because they don't know how this is going to go.
I bet they're going to regret it.
Let's make them regret it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So, the roast of the Sarah Young.
Yes, the Sarah Young. I love how she hates that, but
She loves it.
She loves it, too.
secretly loves it.
and also, just to get this out of the way, the Sloan Young.
Yes.
Yes. We cannot forget her.
Hey, Sonny Bear, we love you.
Yeah, we
Yes.
do. We love you so much. So we are going to be talking about weird laws that are still in effect here in North Carolina.
And the stories behind them, at least according to us.
Yeah, right?
At least we're going to try to make sense of them. I don't know. The first one is it is illegal to use an elephant to plow a cotton field.
That makes
First
a lot
of
of
all,
sense, though.
Who's using an elephant to plow a cotton field?
Well, so if it's illegal to use an elephant
Then
to plow,
someone's done it.
is it legal to own an elephant?
I think you have to have a permit.
Okay.
I think.
I would think an elephant would be considered an exotic animal.
I mean, it could kill you, step on you,
Yeah.
Liability is high.
but it would also make it very ineffective at plowing a field because all you're going to do is step on the cotton and smash the plants.
Oh, there's your farmer perspective. Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
Built-in fertilizer.
That's right.
Oh, true. Massive
That's right.
fertilizer.
But yeah, I think we were looking this up, and it was because, horses were the predominant plowing animal back in the day. And I think a lot of the farmers just didn't want to have the chance to have an elephant come in and ruin what they had going for them. Horse husbandry had been going on for years. Plus, I mean, where are you going to get an elephant outside of the circus?
Right.
Unless you're going to go to
I
like,
know. That's
Asian steel
exactly
one.
what I'm thinking about. Is like that's exactly where you think about them is the circus or the zoo.
Well, that is actually the
You don't think of
backstory.
domesticated.
That's where this law comes from. P.T. Barnum, the circus guy,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
A farmer near a touring circus apparently decided that it was he needed help to plow his field, and his donkeys or whatever was not doing the job. So he hired or rented the elephant from P.T. Barnum. And it worked well enough that lawmakers felt like they needed to weigh in. And the elephants, if you're wondering, because I was, pulling power is estimated at about 82 horsepower.
do you know what a horsepower actually is?
I don't know what the 1-to-1, but it is based on actual horses, how many horses it takes to, I think, equal that. Was it measurement of energy? I do not know what.
Well, I think a common tractor is anywhere between like 30 and 50 horsepower. But, tractors at least have those knobby tires that can dig through dirt.
Yeah.
I would just think that an elephant, if you're trying to pull a really big plow, even though it's strong, it would just slide because the bottom of their feet is flat.
Right.
Like racing slicks.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to picture it.
I'm sure there's a picture somewhere.
I'm sure there is.
There's definitely pictures of elephants that got loose back in the day and they had to shoot them and kill them.
That's terrible.
That is terrible.
Yeah. So this is not going to really help anything. But one imperial horsepower is a unit of power equal to 745.7 watts or joules per second. And that is equivalent to lifting 550 pounds by 1 foot in 1 second.
Holy moly.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So if it is 80, what did I say? 82?
82, I believe.
Yeah. Then that's
a lot of horsepower.
That's a lot of horsepower.
Well, they're big animals, so.
You know, it's funny. Sarah, as an attorney, comes to me with all these really weird laws. This is not one that she's brought up ever. I actually brought it up to her because I bought her a book a few years back of like really weird laws in North Carolina. And I believe that law was actually in that book.
Huh.
I forget the name of the exact book, but it was just Googled, weird North Carolina laws.
Okay, so this next one is really funny to me. If you're a bingo player, you need to listen up because your bingo game may not last longer than 5 hours. Alcohol also may not be served at any bingo game.
Boo.
Where's the fun in that?
Granny wants her Prosecco.
Or something. Margarita.
A little bit stronger.
So is that it may not be served, but it can still be consumed?
Oh, they're sneaking stuff in.
Oh, yeah. It says served.
I mean, if you're doing these marathon bingo runs, you're going to want some kind of backup. If you can't be served there, you're bringing it with you.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I used to be a member of a moose lodge, and every Wednesday night was bingo night. And members of the lodge, because this was open to the public, the bingo part, the bingo hall, the ballroom, but members would go into the bar. It wasn't in the bingo part. Buy beer and then take it in and play.
You had to buy it?
At the lodge, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a frat party, like there's a separate room where all the frat brothers go back and grab their beer and come back out to the party.
Yeah. You could brown bag, but you had to leave that in where the lockers were.
So who do we think are running these bingo nights?
I don't know. First of all, if you're playing bingo for 5 hours or more, get a life.
Yeah, seriously. Like I can think of lots of other games I'd rather play or do something else for 5 hours, but bingo is not going to be one of them.
And they're not using the beans like we did in school. They're using little stamps. I mean, how many of those little paper cards do you have to have?
Right. Well, they're using,
hours.
because again, I watched this happen at the bingo, at the Moose Lodge. They have blotters. So they have big, tall things, and they have several of them. Because these power bingo players,
it's a serious game.
Would sometimes, because you would buy packs, right? And it would be like some players would be playing up to 12 games at a time.
Jeez.
And so they'd call it, and they had the board up there that had all stuff. They got a little bit behind, they could look, but they were like, you'd watch them. Granny and her Prosecco were just...
They're probably double fisting.
Oh, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. It was just stomping. Yeah. I mean, not stomping, but really tamping it down. So,
I'm trying to think how four would be if we went to a bingo night like this.
I'm just trying to think
What
of a
would
game
happen?
that we would play for 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours without getting bored or getting into a fight.
right.
Maybe Cards Against Humanity, because that changes all the time, and you could always do something different. I could see something like that because your answers change. There's constant, different cards you can pull and lay down for different things, and so the game is different every single time you play it.
Well, if we ever get an opportunity for the 6 of us to hang out, my wife will inevitably teach you how to play a game called Shit Boots.
I can't wait.
It's
Never heard of that.
It's a
I haven't
game
either,
that
but I
her
can't
brother helped invent in college. Her brother, for backstory, 1600 on the SAT twice.
Wow.
Because they didn't believe him the first time because he is genius yet. He just goofed off in school. So the teacher said, there's no way this is right. So they monitored him 1600 again.
Wow.
Yeah. So at Carolina, I believe he and somebody else invented this game, or
Okay,
at
we
least
have to
at
make that
least
happen.
forced it into existence. So,
Can you buy this game in toy stores?
no, it's a card game, and again, she would have to explain it to you. It's very simple once you figure it out, but up front you're like, what? But trust me, it's you kill a lot of hours
we
and
do
a lot
like to
of
play
alcohol.
games, and so I would love to learn a new game. That would be really cool.
Sarah and I used to play a game called Agricola. It's where you kind of build a civilization and you have to like plow the fields. Of course, go figure. You plow the fields and you have to harvest food. And if you don't have enough food, you basically die and you lose.
Yeah.
And those things would take 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
We'd set it up and we'd play it over multiple nights. So when Sloan was a baby, we'd put her to bed. And obviously there's nothing that's going to destroy the table. So we just leave it out all day. And then we'd have dinner on the other end of the table. And then once I was done, we'd put her to bed and play it again. And we went on and on for days. So, I mean, I could see us playing that for 5 or 6 hours at a time.
Well, Monopoly can go that long.
Yes.
If you
yes,
play it
can.
incorrectly.
Someone that we both know and presumably love, Eugene B. Sims, is a ruthless Monopoly player.
Does he play the actual rules, though?
He does.
Good.
And he's a stickler about it. I have never played with him because I like a little wiggle in my rules.
I don't know that I've ever played by the actual rules. I mean, I feel like on games like that, you have family rules, or as we like to call them, Grammy Rules, because when we visited Megan's grandmother a couple months ago, back in January, she loves to play games, and she's like 90, 91, 92, and the rules change as you're playing. One turn it's this, the next turn it's that. And so when we make up our own rules for these games, we just call them Grammy Rules. It's like, oh, we're playing Grammy Rules tonight, not the actual rules tonight.
Yeah.
The game in question was Mexican Domino Train or Mexican Train Domino?
Mexican Train Dominoes, yes, that's
Yep.
which we do love to play.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So 12 rounds?
Yes, you go from the 12 tile all the way down to the 0 tile, and you make this train and you take turns, and it actually is a lot of fun. And that is one of her favorite games to play. And I swear it was a different rule every time that we went around. It wasn't even how she taught us how to play, because she taught us how to play years ago. And so we're like, okay, Grammy Rules it is.
What's funny, the three of you came back and you each had your own Grammy rules and you argued whether or not it was a Grammy rule or not.
Yes, we did. We actually did, because it was different every single time. And Megan would like this rule specifically, and she's like, well, we're playing this way. I'm like, well, that's stupid. We're not playing that way. And we're going to play this way. And so it was a lot of fun.
So my wife would not sit through that long of bingo. Would yours?
No.
Would yours?
If she was drinking, maybe.
Something to calm her down.
She would probably be the one that got us all kicked out, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah, she would be the one to get us kicked out.
I want to party with her.
Oh, she's hilarious. She is a lot of fun to be around. We are very opposite when it comes to that kind of thing, which I guess is why we work so well together. But because she is definitely the outgoing one, and I'm more reserved.
Yeah. So that somewhere someone had a very bad time at a 6-hour bingo night, and the alcohol ban exists obviously for liability reasons. The 5-hour cap is the mystery. I don't know why.
I don't know what happened that you felt you needed to cap it at 5 hours.
Yes.
Maybe they start at 7 o'clock and they want it done by midnight. Because, we're in Winston-Salem. They have the noise ordinances. So Bowman Gray, they have to stop racing at a certain hour.
At 10:30, I think, or 11.
Regardless of whether the race is done or not. You
Yeah.
just say, we're not going to do this race tonight because we don't have time.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of noise,
Mm.
singing off key in public is illegal.
And
So that's what, 90% of the American population probably?
Probably. Yeah.
I'm sure alcohol was involved somehow in this law. A lot of these laws are stupid things that people did while drunk.
Oh, had to be.
I in a band, right? I have been in a band. Luckily, we mostly were good, at least decent singers. But, you know, my question is, what is considered public? Because karaoke bars are a thing. And the fun of a karaoke bar is not the people who can sing well.
It's the people who can't.
Yeah, karaoke itself actually means empty orchestra.
Oh,
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's a Japanese word, and so it can be really bad.
If it tells you anything, I was in the band and I played the tuba. So I cannot sing a lick.
All right. How about you? Have you ever?
Oh, she's a singer.
I can sing, but Megan, God bless her, cannot.
There's a video of Abby singing in church.
There is, but we don't have to go there. It's buried in YouTube very far.
We should find it and play it.
We should not do that. We should absolutely not do that.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
I've seen the video.
And the thing is Megan co-hosts a podcast, so obviously her voice is.
She has a great voice, like a great voice for podcasting, for talking to people, for that. But singing, God bless her. It's just not there for her. So she would get cited. She would definitely be cited because it would happen for her. We would be out on the town.
After a couple of Prosecco's.
Not at a karaoke bar, where I guess that was probably a gray area for this particular law.
Mm-hmm.
And she would be the one singing at the top of her lungs, whatever song, off key.
Singing in bass clef when she should be singing in treble clef.
She follows the C clef.
She follows she follows the Megan clef, whatever that is. That's Megan beats to her own drum. And I love it.
And drumming does not require singing, so and I guess neither does tuba playing. So this law is actually technically still on the books. It came from the 19th century, a disturbing the peace case. Actually, in the 1800s, a man came out of a saloon singing loudly and
there's Megan right there,
pretty badly. He was fined for disturbing the peace. The law stuck, and every karaoke bar in North Carolina is technically operating in a legal gray area.
There you go. But is it really out? Well, I guess it technically is out in public because it's a public place, but it's not like they're walking down the street doing it.
Well, but we have street festivals.
That's
and
true.
Stuff. We have buskers.
That's true.
And busking's not illegal. So I don't know. I think it would be because so let's say this. What technically is off key?
It hurts your
It could be
ears.
subjective.
Right. It's
Very
like
subjective.
obscene. Obscene is subjective. Yeah. Where my love?
Yeah, nobody wants to listen to that. I'm going to fine you right now. It's
Find, you are out.
Pretty much anyone trying to sing Whitney Houston.
Oh yeah.
yeah, because no one
And
can
in
do that.
some
but
cases, even
her.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
May she rest.
Incredible.
Yeah. Right. And may I say, Mariah Carey.
Oh yeah.
Once Mariah came. Now I'm not saying Mariah is a great person. Probably
That's not in question.
Probably on the equal footing of Whitney. But once Mariah showed up, I didn't care anything about Whitney anymore. Mariah was
the voice
much
is incredible.
better.
Oh yeah, the voice is incredible. The range, unbelievable.
Okay, so this is off topic. This is not our illegal stuff on the books. Favorite female vocalist of all time?
Oh,
Could be Whitney Houston. It could be anybody.
I really like Joan Jett.
very good. Got that punk aspect. You got that new wave stuff in there, the rough gruffness.
Oh, also, speaking of gruffness, Janis Joplin.
Janis
I
Joplin.
love Janis
Won't you
Joplin.
find me a Mercedes Benz?
Yeah, that's so. Her voice is so unique.
Yeah.
So unique.
Yeah, it is so neat.
You know, I'm going to be a little unconventional with mine and go with Pink.
There's nothing unconventional about
I
that.
have seen her in concert. And, you know, sometimes when you see people in concert versus what you hear on the radio or their, you know, I guess back in my day CDs.
Back in your day.
Back in my day.
8 tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, reel to reel.
'Cause you don't see CDs anymore.
Sure you
There's
do.
there's a difference a lot of times when you see people in concert. But her voice was so rich and you couldn't tell. It was just as if she was in a recording studio, and it was amazing. And she's doing all this while she's doing acrobatics and flying around.
Yeah.
And just incredible. Her voice is just incredible, and her range is incredible, and what she can do singing wise while doing all the things that she does in her show, it's unbelievable.
I'd be out of breath doing half the stuff they do at their shows.
I know, I would too. And she just doesn't miss a beat. And it was amazing. I would love to see her in concert again. But yeah, I'd say Pink.
For me, it is the sexiest voice that has ever been on a recording. Sade.
Oh.
That to me, she has the greatest female voice ever.
Can you impersonate her?
I
Or is it
cannot.
illegal?
And I would be fine for, well, I guess if you put this out in public, I guess it would be considered public. But no, I cannot, because even though I can sing pretty high, I can't do that. So,
Do you know what's good for the throat when you're singing?
honey,
Honey and lemon.
right. So while we're here, tell us a little bit about honey.
What would you like to know?
Everything. My last name, you are the B-Man. My last name is Beeman.
Spelled the same.
Spelled
Yeah.
the
The
same.
exact same.
I have no hyphen or anything in mine or space, but I love everything honey. So tell me.
Honey is magical. Honey goes with everything. If you have the diabetes, you can use it in place of sugar. It's medicinally been used for centuries. Back before antibiotics were there or were available, people would put honey on wounds, help clean them. The Melipona honey that we were talking about a little bit earlier, the Central Americans back in the day would mix it with a little bit of water and put it in their eyes to help like redness and pink eye, that sort of thing.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's so many uses for it. Like we do garlic infused honey, and you can drizzle that on chicken or ribs or something along those lines. A lot of people just take a spoonful of honey every day, just because one, they think it makes them healthier.
And you farm this, right?
I do, yes.
So we have the benefit of it being local to our area, and as studies have shown, local honey is good for those with allergies and other health benefits when you're local to it, because your body's already used to the things that those bees are intaking to create honey.
Yeah, and true story, when we extract the honey from the frames, there's also pollen in there. So, you know, the honey is essentially the sugars that the carbohydrates that the bees eat and ingest and store. The pollen is kind of like their protein. So they store pollen along with the honey. So when we uncap it and spin it out, part of that pollen gets into the honey as well. So it's a mixture of that. So it definitely makes sense that people are saying that, you know, if you have pollen in the honey, that it makes you more resilient to allergies and things like that. Honestly, though, I still have massive allergies in the spring. Never fails.
Do you think it's helped?
I do. We try to do a spoonful of honey every day until we run out. And I'm almost out.
Well, I have some to check with. I'm going to. I have some of that garlic infused or mixed with that stuff. I'm gonna see what I can do with it.
Don't mix it in the tea.
Oh no.
One of our good friends,
I can't even
Ron, did
imagine
that.
that would be very good.
But he came into Sarah's office one day because we sell the product at her office as well, and just grabbed a jar, took it home. Went to go make his tea the next morning, put a spoonful of it in it, took a sip. He's like, goodness gracious, this tastes horrible.
Yeah.
And
So did he just grab the wrong one?
He grabbed the garlic one.
garlic one instead.
So now our jars have a large garlic sticker on the top.
Excellent.
Love it.
Excellent.
It's very good honey, though.
What I've tasted here, I really enjoyed.
Thank
So
you.
I look forward to incorporating that because I am a fan of honey. My favorite coffee shop here in Winston-Salem, or I say my favorite, the one I frequent the most, at one time was an urban farm store that had honey tasting. And they had big tubes of honey that they would pour like a tap and let you taste in little ramekins. And
That's honestly how I sell a lot of my honey. If I go to like a show or something, or just let someone take a sample of it, and they're like, "Man, this is really good. It tastes a lot better than what you can get in the store."
oh yeah, because that's how long has it sat there? And I know that technically honey doesn't go bad, but it can lose flavor over time.
And I will say,
Intensity anyway.
definitely support your local beekeepers. A lot of the honey that you buy in the grocery stores is from overseas, and they have a lot fewer restrictions on what can be in the honey.
Oh, wow.
So it could be part high fructose corn syrup or sugar water. But here in North Carolina, we have actually the largest number of beekeepers as part of the Beekeeper Association of any other state in the country.
Nice.
But unfortunately, we don't have a lot of honey in North Carolina because we only have a very short kind of growing season. When the nectar flow, it's about 6 weeks. It's one time in the spring. We don't have anything in the fall. A lot of places will have a spring bloom and a fall bloom, and you can have different colors of honey. But we're just stuck with one honey flow here in North Carolina.
Wow. That's very interesting. I can't wait for us to, outside of the podcast, have more discussions on that because I can talk honey all day.
Well, if you go to Fulton Creek Farms on Facebook, we post something pretty much every day with pictures and just kind of general information. So feel free to come on over.
Excellent. What else you have?
So the next one is actually a felony in North Carolina, and it's a felony to steal a Venus flytrap.
I did know that.
I did not know that.
They're a protected species.
Yeah.
But Tim, when you and I were younger, couldn't you buy those in like the nature science store or something?
You know, truthfully, I have never seen a Venus flytrap in person. That I know of. I've only seen them like in videos and on TV and stuff. But I do believe I remember like in the back of comic books, or I don't know if you had Grit magazine where there were the kids would sell this subscriptions to this basically fanzine type thing to raise money for school and Boy Scouts and all that. But I think I remember seeing ads for that, and but I've never that I know of seen one. But I think you're right that you could buy them like sea monkeys.
Yeah, they're prominent in the eastern part of the state. The ones that I've seen were on a nature trail down near Wilmington. Kind of southeastern North Carolina, but they're beautiful.
I don't think
beautiful
I've
plants.
ever seen one in person myself. And the fact that there's a black market for it is kind of amazing.
But they're so endangered that if you dig them up and try to move them or sell them, that it can really either damage them severely or kill them. So, and there's so few of them out there that we need as many as we can.
So, am I to understand that all the Venus flytraps in the world are from a 60-mile radius around Wilmington?
That's what I've heard.
Wow.
So I guess then if that's the only place that they are, then no wonder they're protected.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
I'm surprised it's not our state flower. The dogwood is our state flower, but I think it should be. We need to start a petition.
Let's do it.
Change the state flower to the Venus flytrap.
I love it.
We can partit. I don't know what the word is. To sign a petition, is that partit? I think it should be partit. That's a new word.
But you've seen a Venus flytrap in action, though, right? How
I mean, I've seen videos. So
Yeah, it's-
like on a nature channel or whatever. I've seen a video, but that's the extent of
like I always thought it was a super fast like slamming of a trap, but it's actually a lot slower
It's very
than
slow.
you think. Yeah.
It's
So how
very
does
slow.
it catch the fly?
There's a little trigger inside the plant. So the fly or whatever other bug is attracted to the scent in there. They go and they trip this trigger, and it causes the flower to close
Slowly
shut.
close.
Yep. And it makes sense that it's slow because you don't want to startle the thing. And because if you have a fly on you and you shoo at it, it's going to fly away.
Yeah.
If you do it slow and it's like getting intoxicated on this, nectar or whatever is inside of the plant.
Something inside that plant
Yeah.
is attracting them. So, and is it the only carnivorous plant
There are others.
other than Seymour, or not Seymour, but what was it? Audrey 2 in Little Shop of Horrors. The big plant. Never mind.
Yeah,
No,
really.
no idea.
I'm pretty sure there's at least one other, but I would say I think there are
the most
fewer than
well-known.
5 types of carnivorous plants in the world. Could be wrong. Don't fact check me on that. But Venus flytrap is definitely the most prominent one everyone hears about.
Yeah. Cool. What you got?
Well, I guess we have time for one more?
We got time for 2, 3 more. Whatever
All right,
you want to do.
So this one is a North Carolina general statute that no person may hold a meeting while wearing a mask or disguising their voice without first obtaining written permission from the property owner recorded at the Register of Deeds.
This has to be related to Jim Crow stuff, KKK, something like that. It's got to be.
Oh.
But what about Halloween? You're wearing masks, you're going onto other people's property without written permission or deeds. So are all the little kids breaking the law?
I guess technically.
But they're not holding a meeting doing that.
True.
See, the word here we have to find out is holding a meeting. Now, let's say you own the property. You don't have to have permission, right? We have to get written permission from the property owner, recorded at the Register of Deeds. So my question from that goes to, once you're doing it, let's run you down to the Register of Deeds and
who's
see
gonna
if
do
your
that?
name's on that
Who's
on
gonna
that
do
property. I don't know. KKK, that's where it come from. The law was written specifically to target white supremacist groups holding secret meetings in masks. The intent is serious and the history is dark. The literal text, however, creates
What kind of
genuinely strange hypotheticals about Halloween parties, costume events, and ventriloquists.
ventriloquists. Hmm.
Yeah.
But what constitutes as a mask? Like, is it full face? Is it just covering, because these days when you think of a mask, you think back to COVID times.
Yeah, yeah.
How many meetings did you hold with a mask on during COVID?
And may I say, people who would ride around by themselves in a car.
With a mask?
With the
oh
mask
my
on.
gosh, that kills me. I still see people do that.
Yes.
Or they have it hanging down below their chin.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's doing you a lot
Yeah.
of good
The mask.
there, buddy.
The mask is down here is like creating their own Amish beard.
As they're smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. Yes. Or just vaping.
Yes,
Just
yes.
vaping it in. Then they suck it in. Well, they pull their mask down to suck it in, then put it up, and then you can see the smoke coming out, the vape coming out
Yep.
from the side. That's
But I never understood that, driving around with a mask and you're by yourself. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I did not drive around with a mask on in my car.
No, I went
just
to my
didn't do
car to be able to breathe without a mask.
Yes.
If I was in public, I would be like, okay, I'll be right back. And I'd go sit in my car.
Those were tough times.
I just hated the moisture that would build up within the mask. In my former profession, I had to wear a mask all the time because I was in the hospital. And it didn't seem to bother me then, but like walking around outside when it's 90 degrees wearing a mask just drove me crazy.
And what if you have an allergy problem or
you
something
sneeze.
and you sneeze?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of sneezing,
Sneezing. It is illegal to sneeze on city streets in Asheville, North Carolina. It's a local ordinance that they have.
But I don't think they still enforce it though.
I've not seen it
I think it's
enforced.
still in the books, but they don't. It obviously it's not enforced. I mean, I don't know about you, but I can't ever control when I'm going to sneeze.
No.
And so if I'm on a street and I have to sneeze, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, with Sarah's allergies, we've been to Asheville in the spring. I know she sneezed. So is she a criminal?
I don't know. Lock her up. Lock her up. So this comes from the backstory anyway is a French travel company called Weebus ran a 30-second ad where a woman sneezed on a street in Nashville and got surrounded by police with assault rifles.
Oh, wow.
Now I think that could just be ice. But the
Probably.
narrator in that explains the law, which pivots to selling bus tickets in France. North Carolina's weird ordinance was famous enough to anchor a European ad campaign, and Asheville has not commented one way or another.
Did you know that Asheville was a sought-after town back in the 1800s because they believed that the clean mountain air was beneficial for all these people from the city? So the Vanderbilts, when they built the Biltmore Estate, the Grove Park Inn is another great example of that. And they just felt like that air in the mountains with all the trees and the smoky mountains was better for your health.
Yeah. Do we have one more, or are we done with that?
Let's go into the next one. I like the segment we did last time, guilty or not guilty.
Okay.
So I've got some questions here that I'm going to read you guys, and tell me whether or not this person is guilty or not guilty. So Tim and Stephanie went to a karaoke bar last month. Tim sang, but he was not pitch perfect. Is he guilty of singing off key in public?
I mean, I can't produce my way out of that one, right? So, I would hope not to sing out of key. I don't usually, but
I was going to say, you're in a band, so
yeah. But that's not saying I'm always right. I
guess-
I'm not a criminal. I just may be violating an ordinance, but that's not necessarily a crime.
Well, didn't we say earlier that karaoke was kind of the gray area?
yeah, definitely a gray area.
Yep.
Definitely a gray area.
Now, if you went to the saloon, that'd be a little bit different.
Right.
So-
But if it's a karaoke bar,
But it's karaoke, though.
that's right.
So-
karaoke wins in every situation.
Of course it does.
So the next scenario about bingo. The local church bingo night runs from 6 p.m. to 11:30 because one person won't leave and keeps buying more cards. Guilty or not?
Well, yes, guilty because is the person
Yes.
guilty or is the bingo hall guilty for selling it?
Well, it's not the person. They just came to play bingo.
Right. So it is the bingo hall's problem. It's like last call for alcohol
Yeah,
in
they
North
should
Carolina.
know, they should know the law to be able to enforce it.
Right. Because in this state, obviously, you cannot have alcohol. You can't buy alcohol after 2 a.m. So you are not allowed to play bingo after 11 did it say?
It just says you can't do it for
Oh,
more than
more than
5
5
hours.
hours.
Yeah,
So
that's 5.5
that's 5.5
hours. And so
hours. But
they should be responsible for not selling more cards.
okay, so the question here is it you can't have bingo for more than 5 hours, or any one person can't play for more than 5 hours?
We'd have to get the attorney to
Yeah,
read that.
we would
the
need
actual statute.
we would need Attorney Young on that.
Because I am not an attorney, and I am not an attorney spokesman.
just an attorney's spouse.
I just married a spouse and I married an attorney.
Yeah. Excellent.
So, final scenario. We obviously have the Fulton Creek Farms. A traveling petting zoo is setting up nearby. The elephant looks like it could be very capable and helpful. The field needs a lot of work. Should I sequester the services of said elephant?
You should not.
No, definitely not.
For one,
Who's going to have the equipment to steer that thing? Okay?
right.
I mean,
for-
are you
there's
really
that.
going to have?
They use little sticks. At
Do
least
they? Is
I've-
that what? Okay.
like to tap them and they?
Yeah.
I mean, not
But
like
what kind of work is this elephant going to even be doing?
trampling the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's all it is. You instead of a tamper, you can just have the elephant run around in circles.
Perfect example. We're doing our landscaping. We put down a lot of sand so we can put some pavers. We've been tamping the heck out of that thing. We've sprayed it with water just for the elephant to walk over it. It's not technically plowing the field and farming, so we could use that.
As a tamper.
Wow. All right. This has been fun.
This
I
has
think
been
you
great.
guys did a great job of taking over. You can find Motion to Spill on the Less Desirables Podcast Network. That's tldpodnetwork.com. You can find us motiontospill.com. There are social media, Motion to Spill. And next episode, Sarah and Megan will be back to do their
Do
thing.
what they do.
Yeah, but again, you guys did a wonderful job.
Wow, we enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you. This has been
Thanks
a lot
for
of fun.
having us.
All right, until next time.
All right.
Quick reminder, while I am a lawyer, I may not be your lawyer. This podcast is designed to educate and entertain, not to provide legal advice for your personal situation. Every legal issue is unique, and good legal advice requires knowing all the specifics of your case, which I don't have from a podcast. If you need legal help with a legal matter, please consult with a qualified attorney in your jurisdiction who can give you personalized guidance. Thanks for listening, and remember, no attorney-client relationship is created by tuning in.
This is Motion to Spill. All rights are reserved. So this podcast is ours, not yours. We made it, we own it, and we copyrighted it. So don't steal our stuff, don't copy it, share it commercially, or don't try to pass it off as your own genius. If you want to use our content for something, just ask us, like a normal person. We might say yes, and we might say no, but at least you won't be breaking the law. Seriously though, unauthorized use of this content can get you in legal trouble, and no one wants that kind of drama. And I mean, come on, she's an attorney. Don't mess with her.